Hey, thanks for stopping by. This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show. And I've got my setup here for testing antennas. And right now I've got 3 antennas hooked up to my antenna switch. And there's a lot of variables here, so I have to let you know about that. I got different types of cables. I've got different connectors and adapters. Lots of variables here. The antennas are at different heights. They're pointing in different directions. So we got a lot of variables here, but we're going to go ahead and just kind of play around and see what kind of performance we get out of these antennas. Right now, I'm in the 40 meter band, amateur radio band, and that's what you're listening to is a couple of amateurs talking. And it's pretty busy right now. It is 8 o'clock in the morning here in Florida. And we're just going to do some testing. I did have an antenna here on this first position, but the switch here is not working very good in that first position. It's very intermittent. So I took that antenna off. That was my in-fed antenna that I built. So I took that off. You've already seen enough of that. So what we do have here is the second slot. We have the MFJ vertical antenna. I did a review on that. It's 31 feet high, and it's just a vertical antenna. The next one over here, this is the center conductor that goes to the radio. The next position here is David's in-fed antenna. This is his latest configuration that he's selling on eBay. He sent me one for a review. And the previous video I showed you kind of what it looked like. And a couple of videos ago, I showed you up close what it looked like before I installed it. The next one is Ken's in-fed antenna. Again, he's another eBayer seller, and you can go back to my previous shows and get the link to his eBay post, ad, whatever. So that's the 3 configurations I'm going to look at. Like I say, I got lots of variables. So I'm just going to try it anyway and see how it does. So let's turn this back up. Again, this is a 40 meter amateur radio band. And of course, transmissions are coming and going. So right now we're on the vertical antenna, and I'm going to, which is position 2, and I'm going to go from 2 to 3 to 4.
Heavy fog at the present time.
3,
10646.
4. Stop talking now. Let's go to WWV. It's more consistent. So we'll go to 10 megahertz. I got 1,000. I guess I better learn to punch these keys right. Okay. There's WWV. 10 megahertz. We turn single sideband off. Back in AM mode. Kind of noisy. I'm on antenna 4, which is Ken's antenna. I go to 3. About the same. That's David's. And here's MFJ's vertical. Maybe a little better. Again, that one's at the tip. It's 31 feet high. So that's vertical. David's. Ken's. Ken seems to be a little noisier. Now, there is, I can see a lot of variables here. For instance, the difference right now between David's and Ken's is David's is about 17 feet high, and Ken's is about 12 feet high. So maybe an indication of height. Again, I'm using different types of cables to bring in the signals. And I've got some got multiple adapters, some doesn't have any adapters. Well, actually they all have adapters because all of them I have to convert at least from BNC to PL259. So they get at least that adapter. Okay, we're kind of losing WWV at 10 megahertz. We'll go back to 4, 3, 2. Vertical is still doing the best with this frequency, this setup. Let's go to 5 megahertz. See if there's anything there. Nope, it's late enough in the morning, sun's up, that I don't get much at 5 megahertz on any antenna. Pretty weak. Okay, let's go, just for grids, let's go to 15 megahertz. That's good. That's perfect there. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm using the Sagen ATS 909X. And if I look at the S meter right at this moment, it's about 6 to 7 bars on the vertical antenna from MFJ. We'll go to David's, still good. Maybe a tad bit higher. We'll go to Ken's. A little more noise on Ken's. Again, it's closer to the ground. We'll switch to David's. Vertical. So I think the vertical antenna is doing a little better. Again, the tip of that antenna is at approximately 31 feet. So it's up there. Okay, let's try tuning the 31 meter band. We'll start at 9 megahertz, just as a starting point. Turn the volume up, using the vertical. Okay, the station is trying to come in at 9.570. Pretty weak on the vertical. Let's go to David's. Maybe a little better. Ken's. Let's say. That's probably China radio. Yeah, that's probably China radio out of China. So it appears with all these variables that David's in-fed antenna, which has the transformer, and Ken's in-fed antenna, which has a transformer. This is from David. This is the latest one that he put together, which has the transformer on the end. And he sent me one for review a couple of days ago, so that's the latest one I've set up. They seem to be about the same. Possibly David's is a little better right now because I'm pointing the wrong one. David's right now is a little better because it's probably the fact that it's 4 or 5 feet higher up in the air than Ken's. And the vertical antenna is doing the best right at this instant on these frequencies that I've shown you. So let's tune a little more and then we'll call it quits.
No lawyer.
Ooh.
Any people have a lawyer? Why not?
I think that is,
The government is promising to rectify.
I think that's Radio Australia at 9.580. It's full scale on the S meter.
Kiribati has just
It's
one
on
lawyer for every
Ken's antenna right now.
12,993 people.
David's,
Bill Bainbridge.
no change whatsoever. Vertical,
It was unseasonably warm. Spare thought for the people of Thailand.
a little less noise, maybe stronger.
65 years.
So again,
The average
that vertical
temperature
antenna is
for
doing the
every
best.
day in April
It's the highest in the air.
40 degrees, peaking on 144.3.
Let's see what else we can find for the moment.
Heat wave is hitting countries right across Southeast Asia, triggered by
Here's something pretty weak, 9.680. Again, I really don't see any difference between the David's antenna and Ken's antenna. So anyway, that's my limited testing. A lot of variables here as far as adapter cable connectors. The cables themselves are different. They're in different locations in my yard, different heights. A lot of variables here. Anyway, thought I'd show you exactly how these antennas are doing this time of day. Now, I did look at the solar flux indicator, which is, if it's above 100, then the shortwave conditions could be good. It's just one indicator. If it's below 100, they're probably not very good. And it's 86 this morning, so it's kind of low. So I'm only getting the strongest stations this morning. So that's the show. If you enjoyed the show, please give me a thumbs up. Where'd my thumb go? Bye-bye. Oh, stop this recording, please.